Hi guys, welcome back, and today I have got a new MYOG project for you. It's a quick one, it's a simple one, there's no sewing needed, so it's absolutely doable for each and every one, even if you are an absolute beginner. I am still, so I consider myself still as a beginner, and this is a super easy project because today we're going to make a food cozy. And when you're out backpacking, you obviously will be familiar with freeze-dried meals and everything. And then it's always good to have a cozy with you because it limits the amount of fuel that you need, because you can put it in here, give it a time in the bag with rehydrating instead of having it on your stove for longer, and it keeps your food warmer as well. It is super lightweight. This one weighs 30 grams, so it's absolutely nothing in your pack. It falls down very flat, so when you put it in the back of your backpack, it will take up no space at all. It has a foldable bottom, so which expands when you're putting your full freeze-dried meal in here. So the Ziploc freezer bag that you're using, I'm using this one. And so that will all increases the amount of time that you need to rehydrate your food, and it will absolutely stay warmer. So let's go into the process. Let's stop rambling and I will show you how this is going to be done. So what kind of materials do you need for this project? First of all, you need a piece of insulating fabric. This can be a anti-freezing car window shield you can use for this. I have this one on a big roll that I got at the, how do you call that in English? At the Gamma here in the Netherlands. Dutch people will know what I mean. It's like Home Depot or something like that in America, where you can at least get all kinds of stuff to fix things, repair things in your house and everything. You need a good pair of scissors. If you are working on a sewing machine, do not use your fabric scissors for it because they will do them no good. So a good scissors. You need one of the bags that you are using to put your meals in. If you use the store-bought meals, they are fine as well. Just use a pack of that one. You need a ruler, some sort of a pen like a Sharpie. I like to use some clips to keep the stuff together. You need a good tape like duct tape or Gorilla tape, and you need some Velcro. And I'm going to show you how to put this food cozy together. So what you're going to do is you take your Ziploc bag, you're going to put it on the insulating fabric, and then first of all you're going to make the flap which comes on top of it. So you know that you have that room safe. And to be aware that you should be able to fold it over very easily, so it's not very tight. Then you can remove your freezer bag out of it. The advantage of this kind of materials are those little rounds that you have on it, so they make it easier to fold things straight or cut things straight. And when you use the palm of your hand, you will get a good crease on it, so it will stay tight. But I would like to use the binder clips for this one, so I'm going to clip them together. Then I am going to lay in my baggie again. Let's see where you want to have it so that you have room to fold it over. And then I am going to mark the end of my freezer bag up here. I'm going to take it out, fold it over once again. So I have a double in size, so I have enough room to fold over and close it down. And after that, to be sure that I am able to make the bottom out of it, I'm going to add about 10 centimeters extra. That depends a little bit on how big your meals are going to be like. I recommend to be not very precise on this one, because some meals obviously are much bulkier. Like for example, when you're having soup, your Ziploc bag will stay much smaller than when you are rehydrating a pasta dish. So I will calculate in 10 centimeters extra. Then I will go into the width, and I will go about 1 centimeter on each side of my Ziploc bag. So then I am safe on this side, and I am going to add 1 centimeter on this side. So then you have the correct measurements, and obviously it is too wide now, so I'm going to cut it into the right size. So I start here at the lowest marking that I set. Try to cut as straight as possible. Then I'm going to cut it up. Let's see, here is my mark from the width. So I'm going to go down with my finger to see which line of bubbles I need. And then I am coming to this point. No, I'm going not straight here. Here we go. Then you can unfold the top part and cut it all the way to the top. And then you have the right size for your freezer bag. So what you can do, if you prefer, you can clip this back on again. So you will not struggle with sizes of that. And what you are going to do then is you're going to fold it. And that's the next step in this process. So you take the first line that you marked on and you're going to fold the first marking over there. So make sure that the edges are nicely together. So you're folding it as straight as possible. Again, use the palm of your hands. So then you have the marking of the bottom of your freezer bag. What you're then going to do is I have added those extra 10 centimeters. So I am going to mark that out on here as well. And I'm going to put my first line on 5 centimeters. And I'm going to put my second line on 10 centimeters. So then I am going to fold on the second line. Make sure again that it is nice and straight. Depends a little bit on how thick your fabric is, how well that goes. So then you're having a sort of line up here, and then you can see that you have made the bottom over here. So when you're folding it open, this is what you sort of have, so you can flip it together. Make sure that you have a straight line on that one. Then you can fold it double, so you create the sort of harmonica shape in there. And then you will fold over the bottom part and make sure that that goes in line with the lowest part. I'm going to show you in a sec. Just make that fold first. See that everything is folded straight here, and then you have that fold open bottom. I'm not going to leave it loose because otherwise it pops open, but here you can see that the bottom is starting to be there. So I am going to clip those tight as well. Make sure that you have all the layers together. You don't have to do this process, but I think putting the clips on it just makes it a little bit more easy. So, and then here you've got the shape of your cozy to start with. Then you can check if you have all the sides straight. I cut a little bit unstraight here, so this is a good way, or a good moment to cut it, to make sure that all the lines are straight and nothing is sticking out. And then you can take the flap out of it, see if that has enough space. Well, I see that this is a little bit tight, so I'm going to fold it a little bit more in, so that it really makes a flap out of it. And then I'm going to check whether my Ziploc bag still fits in. So I put that in between. And this is the right moment to make any adjustments if needed. So fold it over, and then I have a bit of a bigger flap, so that makes it easier for me to put on the Velcro in the later stage of this process. So it's easier for me to close it up. And as you can see, here is the foldable bottom. So make sure that that is tight enough. And then I am going to take 2 small pieces of my tape. They absolutely do not have to be big. Make sure that they are around the same size. Not the most easiest tape to cut, but this won't show, so it doesn't matter if it's not completely straight. So I have 2 pieces over here. One I'm going to put here at the table. And then I am going to take one of the corners, put the tape halfway over it. Make sure that the bottom is folded together. Flip it over and then press down and nice and tightly add the tape to the other side of your bag. So as you can see, one half is on this side one half, well, not completely straight, but like I said, you're going to tape over it, so no problem, is on the other side. Same you are going to do this side of the bottom. Once again, make sure that the bottom is flat. Half of the tape on this side. Folding your cozy over, pressing it down, and tidy put on the tape on the other side. So then your bottom is already stuck to each other, and here you can see it folds open, but it does not come loose anymore. So on to the next step. Now you're actually going to do the same with both sides. So you're taking your tape again. Make sure that you have a piece that goes from the top part, so don't include the flap, just go until the top part of your cozy. I'll show you. So this is where it opens, so you go until here. Measure out a piece of tape that is long enough. I always put my finger where it has to end, so then I know where I have to cut it. And then you're actually doing the same as you did with the corners. You're going to put half of the tape on this side of your cozy. Remove any clips when you have them on. Make sure that it's nice and tight. If you don't go really 100% straight, do not worry about that, because these kind of tapes are really easy to take back off again and to retape them. So that's not a problem with these. Gorilla tapes work the same. Then you flip it over again, fold it down so everything is nice and tight. And you tightly take over the tape to this side of your cozy. Just make sure that it sticks well. And then you can see that it lines up exactly with the upper part of the cozy. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So measuring out a piece of tape that is exactly the same, the right size. There we go. Halfway over it. Take the clip off. Put it down so the edges are nicely together. Flip it over. And make sure here everything is flattened as well. There we go. As you can see, now you have made the shape of your cozy. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put a line of tape here as well, just to have the sort of the purple accent. So I am going to lay my tape on top. It's that size and it is this width. So as you can see, it takes off very easily when it gets stuck. This is not nice. Doesn't matter. As you can see, trial and error, and you will learn things. I will not cut this out because I'm not perfect either. I'm only human, so I do make mistakes. New piece of tape. This is nicer. I lay it down on my table. Make sure that it leaves your fingers alone. And I do the same. I go to halfway of my tape. Put my cozy on it. And I fold it over nicely. And then the edges that are sticking out, I'm just going to cut off. And then you can see I have some nice accent on my top of my cozy as well. And when I close it down, I have a nice purple line here as well. So let's go to the last step of the process. So for the last process, going to make sure that your tape is all nice and tight up here. And then you're going to take your Velcro. This is just stickable Velcro, so I do not have to sew anything. It's not super wide, but turns out with this one that I already pre-made that it works well. So I'm going to cut this in half. I always stick them together in advance because then you know they will be straight on each other. Going to take one sticky part off and I'm going to make sure that I put it in the right place on my cozy. I always use the tape on top here, a little bit of a guideline. So make sure that that's nice and tight. Same with the other piece of your Velcro. Make sure that they are aligned with each other. Then you put that one tight as well. Last thing is to take the upper sticky part of it. You can fold over your cozy. Make sure that this is straight as well. And you can close it down. Make sure, again, with the palm of your hand, because then you can give most pressure, to tightly squeeze it down. And then when you open it, you have a piece of Velcro on each side of your cozy. Now then you can easily slip your freezer bag in it and you can close it. It will stay on its own. And then it's time to wait for your dinner to be ready. So that's super easy, wasn't it? Like I said, it stays up straight, so you can easily leave it at camp when you have to do some chores or something, or first put your food in here, then put up your tent, your hammock, or anything. So yeah, this is super easy to make. Everyone can do this kind of material. You can find everywhere. And you can of course leave it like this. You can decorate it if you have stickers you like to put on it, or you have a logo or something. You cannot write on this material because that will fade off, but you can use any stickers, like the tape sticks on as well. So this was my quick video about making a cozy for your food. So a little MYOG or DIY project. I hope that you liked it, and give it a try. You would thank yourself when you're waiting for your dinner out on the trail. See you in the next one. Bye.